Hola y buenos días. Soy yo, el señor Morris. ¿Cómo están todos? Today, we'll go over the things that we've been doing in this unit so far. We'll look at the number system in Spanish, and we'll ask about how many people there are in your family. And of course, we'll have another Adivinen la Palabra. But before we begin, let's go ahead and sing our opening song. Canten conmigo. Hola, buenos días. ¿Cómo están ustedes? ¿Cómo se sienten? Yo me siento bien. Muy bien cantado. Ahora saquen papel y lápiz o pluma para escribir estas letras. Go ahead and write down these letters. I'll tell them to you in Spanish and see if you can recognize them. S, E, R, O, M, U con acento, N. And that's that. There should be 7 of them there. Did everyone write down these letters here? Did you write down these? S, E, R, O, M, U con acento. Write that accent in there. Remember how important that is. N. Go ahead and jot those down. Now see if you can unscramble these letters to form one of the words that we'll be talking about today during the lesson. Well, I tell you what, let's go ahead and start off with the greetings that we've been learning. Repitan todos. Buenos días. ¿Cómo te llamas? Repitan. And if somebody says to you, you'll answer, Me llamo Ana. Or whatever your name happens to be. And if somebody asks you, ¿Cómo estás? Repitan todos. You can answer by saying, Estoy bien, gracias. ¿Y tú? ¿Cómo estás? There you go. And if somebody says that to you, you say, Oh, estoy bien, gracias. Repitan. Oh, if somebody else is there and you want to know the name of the friend, you will ask, ¿Cómo se llama tu amigo? Repitan. Okay? And if you're going to present a friend to somebody else, you can answer by saying, Te presento a David. Repitan todos. And when you meet somebody new, you say, Mucho gusto. Repitan. And if somebody says, Mucho gusto, you say, Oh no, the pleasure is mine. Only say it in Spanish like this. El gusto es mío. All right. Well, you're all doing very well. Did anybody bring back their escudos de mi familia activity sheet from our last lesson? Did you guys get a chance to do that? I worked on mine some. Here's what mine came out looking like. Okay, here it is. And what I did was I put a lot of things that mean different things. Here's the mountains where I live here in Flagstaff. I put some sports up here, soccer and baseball and football, because I like all of those. Here's a picture of my family. There's me and my wife and my 3 kids. And then a heart because I love them so much. And then down there at the bottom, I wrote my family name, Morris. So that's what my escudo de familia, or family shield, came out looking like. Okay? I hope you guys got a chance to work on yours some. And the good thing about an activity sheet like this is that there isn't any wrong answer. Whatever you choose to put down is the right answer for you. Now, you should all be pretty familiar with this by now, so let's just quickly review this question. ¿Quiénes son los miembros de tu familia? Now this time, I'll show you a family member, and I'll give you 2 choices as to who it is. I want you to raise your hands and say which one it is. Now teachers, check on the students' answers to see how they're doing, okay? Let's go ahead and look at those right now. Okay, this guy right up here. Now remember, aquí estoy yo, here I am. So what is this guy? Is he my tío o papá? Raise your hand and tell your teacher. 1, 2, 3. Es mi padre o mi papá. Did you get that one? How about this? Who's this woman? Is she my mamá o es mi hermana? Mi mamá o mi hermana? Raise your hand, tell your teacher. A la 1, a las 2, a las 3. Es mi madre o mi mamá. Right? Mi mamá. How about these two people together then? Son mis padres o mis primos? Mis padres o mis primos? A la 1, a las 2, a las 3. This is almost too easy, isn't it? Mis padres. Oh, I can call them mis papás. How about this guy here? ¿Es mi hermano o es mi abuelo? Raise your hand. A la 1, a las 2, a las 3. Es mi hermano. Mi hermano. How about this girl here? ¿Es mi tía o es mi hermana? A la 1, a las 2, a las 3. Es mi hermana. And these two guys together? ¿Son mis tíos o son mis hermanos? A la 1, a las 2, a las 3. Son mis hermanos. Mis hermanos. This guy up here. ¿Es mi papá o es mi abuelo? ¿Es mi papá o es mi abuelo? A la 1, a las 2, a las 3. Es mi abuelo. Es mi abuelo. And this woman here. ¿Es mi abuela o es mi tía? What do you think? A la 1, a las 2, a las 3. Es mi abuela. Mi abuela. Well, are these guys mis abuelos o mis papás? Mis abuelos o mis papás? A la 1, a las 2, a las 3. Claro, son mis abuelos. Sure. Well, how about these guys? ¿Son mis abuelos paternos o maternos? Paternos o maternos. Look at where they are there. A la 1, a las 2, a las 3. Son mis abuelos paternos. Because you can see that right here they're related to my padre. Paternos. How about these guys? Are these mis abuelos paternos o maternos? A la 1, a las 2, a las 3. Mis abuelos maternos, because they're related to my mother over here. How about this guy? Is he my tía o mi tío? Mi tía o mi tío? A la 1, a las 2, a las 3. Es mi tío. Tío. It's a guy, so it ends with O, right? Tío. How about this person? ¿Es mi tía o es mi primo? A la 1, a las 2, a las 3. Es mi tía. Mi tía. That's right, she's my aunt. And these guys together son mis tíos o mis primos? A la 1, a las 2, a las 3. Son mis tíos. Son mis tíos. Now, how about this guy over here? ¿Es mi primo o mi prima? Mi primo o mi prima? A la 1, a las 2, a las 3. Es mi primo. And this girl here, ¿es mi abuela o es mi prima? A la 1, a las 2, a las 3. Mi prima. Es mi prima. And if we talk about both of those guys together, do we call them mis primos o mis tíos? A la 1, a las 2, a las 3. Son mis primos. All right. Well, you guys are probably starting to get pretty good at that. So I tell you what, right now we're going to start to examine the number system, or los números. And you can see números looks kind of like numbers in Spanish. Do you know the number system is pretty easy in Spanish? All of the concepts are the same, but they just have different words for the numbers. Okay, you probably already know some of the numbers. Let's start by going over the numbers up to 9. Okay, we start off with this one. Repitan, repeat. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So those are pretty easy, right? You probably know those. Well, just like in English, where the next few numbers differ from the pattern. This is what happens in Spanish too, right? We have teens. Well, they do in Spanish too. They go kind of like this. Repitan, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And you hear how they all end with se? Yeah. Well, from here on out, the number system is simply saying the number of tens and the ones number. So watch this. We have 10 y 6, right? That's 10 and 6. 10 y 7. 10 y 8. 10 y 9. And then we change the tens. The 10 becomes 20. And we continue with the same system. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. And the next group of tens is called 30, right? And the system continues. 31, 32, and you can see this is saying 30 and 1, 30 and 2, just like in English, we say 31, 32, yeah. Well, now, I've included some flashcards in your student materials that you can cut out and use to go over the numbers by yourself or with someone else if you wish. And you see, I went ahead and colored mine, so you can do that if you want and use those, okay? Yeah, see? Going all the way up to 30. And you guys can use those to combine them yourselves. Now, if I want to know how many of something, I ask a question using the word cuantos, okay? And that means how many. For example, I might ask, ¿cuántos crayolas tienes? ¿Cuántos crayolas tienes? I'm talking about crayones. Okay? Well, let's see here. ¿Cuántos crayones tienes? How many crayons do you have? Okay? You'd answer this by saying, 1, 2, 3. Tengo, I have, 1, 2, 3 crayones. Tengo 3 crayones. And you see the word here, tengo, and then the number, and then the thing that you have? That's how you do it. Well, I tell you what, let's look at another one, okay? Let me show you. ¿Cuántos lápices tengo? These are lápices. You know, sometimes I tell you to take your notes. ¿Cuántos lápices tienes? ¿Cuántos lápices tienes? How many pencils do you have? Go ahead and count those up. 1, 2, 3. Answer the question by saying, tengo 4 lápices. Tengo 4 lápices. Now, another way of asking uses a different word. Instead of asking how many you have, I ask how many are there, right? For example, I can say, ¿cuántas personas hay en tu familia? How many persons or people are there in your family? And you'll count up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and say something like, hay 5 personas en mi familia. There are 5 people in my family. Right now, I'd like for you to review the numbers with this video. Presten atención y repitan todos.
Los números. 0,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31.
Muy bien. Well, I tell you what, let's go ahead and look at the activity sheet for today. It's called ¿Cuántos or cuántas tienes? Go ahead and start off. Write your name up at the top. And I hope you're using your Spanish names now. Roberto. I just sound so different when I go by that name. Now, the directions say write the number of family members indicated that you have in your family. Add your responses up to answer the last question. So it says, ¿Cuántos abuelos tienes? And you'll write tengo, uno, dos, tres, cuatro, however many you have. ¿Cuántas abuelas tienes? You'll write the answer there. You'll write the answer for all of these people. Okay? And you can see we have the number key down here to help you write. And then once you get to the bottom, you'll add up all of these people here, and you'll answer this question. ¿Cuántas personas hay en tu familia? How many people are there in your family? And after you've counted all of those up, and you add them up, you can answer the question, and then you write the number, and that'll tell you how many people there are in your family. If you haven't counted before, it might surprise you how big your family is. Well, that's about all that we have time for today. We reviewed all of the things that we've done, and we started to look at the number system in Spanish. Next time, we're going to talk about some other family relationships that we haven't talked about yet. Can anyone guess what they are? I'll give you a hint. They aren't anything complicated like stepbrother or anything like that. Now, before we go, did anyone get the mystery word for today? Cero. Were you paying attention? Yeah? Well, if you were paying attention, you may have seen the word números. Números. Well, it's kind of obvious now that I tell you, isn't it? Well, we'll try another one of those next time. For our goodbye song today, let's sing one of my favorites, La Bamba. Canten conmigo. Para bailar la bamba, para bailar la bamba, se necesita una poca de gracia. Una poca de gracia para ti, para mí, ahí arriba y arriba. Ahí arriba y arriba, por ti seré, por ti seré, por ti seré. Bamba, 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 bamba. Yo no soy marinero. Yo no soy marinero, soy capitán, soy capitán, soy capitán. Help me out now. Bamba, bamba. Do it again. Bamba, bamba. Bamba, bamba. Do it softer. Bamba, bamba. Real soft now. A little bit louder. Bamba, bamba. Real loud now. Bamba, bamba. Teachers love it when I do that. I'll see you guys next class. Until then, adios y hasta luego.